Hello, good morning, viewers. Oyekan Oluwole with you in continuation of book review. We've been reviewing this book, Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. This time we are in chapter 3. You see, if anybody want to raise something in Nigeria and he call it Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, I think that is something that every Nigerian should want to become. Every Nigerian should seek to become the next Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Why am I making this statement? Why am I making this assertion? It's because only Steve Jobs can rescue people from physiological poverty. Only Bill Gates wealth is wealth. We have two guys that have overtaken Bill Gates. We have Elon Musk and this Jeff Bezos. But only Bill Gates can um, rescue Nigerian out of physiological poverty. What to eat, what to drink, what to. That is an economy professor in OAU estimated it Bill Gates 1.112 billion US dollars that he can. So if a book if a book is targeted to making us the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, I think that book is worth listening to, and that is why I come to be reviewing this wonderful book. Author is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. The author is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So let's just go straight ahead and start seeing what is in chapter 3. Chapter 1, we first of all say that everyone can be an inventor. Step to becoming inventor. Then we begin to enumerate the steps. We say we can become an inventor. Chapter 2 was step to become inventor. And this chapter 3 is you can become an inventor, innovator, and co-creator with God. That is the topic. You can become an inventor. You can become an inventor, innovator, and co-creator with God. That is, you can be creating things per second. You can be creating things of value every minute. Let's go straight and look at the lesson. The reason why many people invent things daily is because they understand the principle behind invention. Now, I just want to buttress this point. There was a time that nobody could read in the whole nation. So one person that knows how to read was being viewed like special person, like who God actually blessed. That was how, if one person know how to read, that was how we were viewing the person until a certain principle of alphabet was discovered. The same way we are looking at people who invent things today. We are looking at them like Janus until this principle that we want to talk about in this book will be discovered, and we all can live inventory life per seconds, per moment in our life. In fact, you will be shocked on some revelation that will be revealed. Of course, I have been shocking you already. The book has been shocking us already with a little bit of revelation. But today we'll still go ahead. So just like the way most people who have interest in reading goes to school today and just start to read naturally, just start to read by acquiring skill, the same way you can acquire skill to be inventing things like aeroplane, air, all those kind of things today. Now, if people can work mentally and add value to themselves, they can all become an inventor, because mental work is the best work. If you and I can begin to think, we have 4 or 5 hours in a day to be thinking towards one direction, concentrated thinking. Not today we think about inventing tomatoes, tomorrow we think about inventing motor, next tomorrow we think about solving Nigerian problem. We catch like one problem, we think of it daily and we work towards it daily. That is, a certain amount of time is being allotted for thinking, and a certain amount of time is being allotted to work towards it. This book promises that is one of the greatest principles. Because wisdom, I dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty invention. That is what the book of Proverbs chapter 8, I think verse 11 said, he said, I, wisdom, I dwell with people who can think, people who can do things wisely. And I found out knowledge of witty invention. When I dwell with people who are witty in their activities, who does not focus on trivial issue, who focus on deep and think every thought. They are here and now. They don't do things carelessly. They wear cloth with program. They do everything calculatively. Wisdom said you will be inventing things. That is what the book said. Now life is predictable. Another lesson we want to learn from this book is that life is predictable. You can predict your tomorrow. As an inventor, you can predict what will happen tomorrow. If you are a co-creator with God, you cannot live your life saying that only God knows what will happen, only God will help Nigeria, only God will invent things. You can predict what happens tomorrow. You can predict where you are tomorrow. That is one of the greatest things that this book taught us, that we can predict what happened tomorrow. We can predict that by 20 years to come, I will invent the best car. You can calculate your life through plan, through strategy. This is how people that are inventing. Life is predictable. Life is predictable. We can determine our days. We can predict that we want to become Billgate. We can predict all these things in our life. So that is what life is predictable. And start predicting your life towards invention, towards becoming invention. Start predicting your life towards that channel. Oh, ladies, and okay, let's just continue. I wanted to tell my audience something. Now, every achievement can be repeated. Another thing, apart from life is predictable, lesson number 2 is that every achievement, everything human being has ever done can be repeated. That is a good news. That is, you can repeat creation of helicopter. And that is the first stage of invention, copy and paste. The first stage of invention is copy and paste, repetition of invention. That is where you should start from. Don't just launch out to start from implementing one big ideas that you have in your dream that you see somewhere. Start duplicating already invention. That is when you will one day fall into your own invention. So everything that has been achieved can be repeated. This is just the secret behind China development. Today China has developed because China duplicates. When China started, today China have started developing, inventing their things, producing their own programming. But when they started by copying, they started by duplicating, they started by imitating, they started by all of those things. So that is, China is a good example. Now we look at, you can learn everything and do everything through Christ that strengthens you. You can also learn every skill. Remember, we talk about hard work lead to invention. You can learn every skill and do everything through Christ that which strengthens you. So now, learning and acquiring of skill is the great way to be an invention. You learn and acquire skill. You go here to learn. You go here to acquire skill, and you read more. It's a great way to be invention. Now, what is hindering you is what you don't know. Of course, what is hindering me and you is what we don't know in our life. My people perish not because of money, not because of enemy, but because of lack of knowledge. So we should go in search of knowledge in order for we to be inventor. All the time you have to go through what others have gone through to achieve what they have. What you just need is the discipline to pay the price. Other people have achieved things. What you just need to do is to go through the principle, the protocol by which they pass through to achieve things, and pay the discipline. Discipline is the greatest thing after you have the knowledge. Discipline is the greatest thing to pay for you to be an inventor, and pay the discipline. Now, what about the hindrance? No hindrance can withstand a made-up mind. Of course, any hindrances in our life cannot overcome us when our mind is sincerely made up. When you make up your mind, the power to pay the price of discipline comes. like planning, reading, going to talk to people, and learning of skill. When you make up your mind, all this power, all this capability, all this strength come alive. Now that is just what you and I should do. How to become a co-creator like God. To become a co-creator like God is very easy. If you are a child of God, the gene of creating things is already embedded in you. Just all normal children can talk. That is how all normal children of God can invent things. God converts spiritual things to physical. He said, and the word become flesh and dwell among men. This same way, the gene, the capability, the potential for we to create things is embedded in us through the Holy Spirit. Become an inventor through hard work. Of course, through hard work, we can become an inventor. Through hard work, you can become an inventor. The invisible things of God being converted to tangible things is through hard work. The Bible said that the great way by which God releases his creativity, might, is through work. Do you know that you have everything it takes? When you focus on your job very well, you become an inventor. When you focus on what you are doing, when you are so committed, you become inventor. In There is a verse of Bible that I'm trying to remember. God said, the invisible things of God is made manifest through his work. So the invisible thing of God, even God make invisible thing manifest through his work. Can you see that? So we need to make invisible things, our ideas, experience, all those things that we are feeling in our mind, praise, goosebumps that we receive in the Holy Spirit. We need to walk. Walk is everything. Walk is the purification. Before diamond become pure diamond, it passes through heavy fire and extreme work. Now, even though you want to work, do a job that builds that your potential. Let's now say now that you want to go and look for job. Go and look for a job that builds your potential, that builds your capability, that builds your energy towards invention. That is what this book is talking about. Like you want to begin to invent car, go and look for one engineer and be working, or maybe somebody welding, or maybe a mechanic. Go and be working, go and learn those kind of work. That is, or work for them for payment. That is if you want to work for payment. Now, you have been an inventor all your life. Now, it will shock you that you and I have been inventing things all our life. The cloth that I wore this morning, among other clothes that I have, is an invention. The soup that we cook is an invention. The color combination, using opening your Facebook other than other apps that is on your phone is an invention. Choosing to speak in English when you can speak in Calabar, Yoruba like me is an invention. Everything is an invention. So what do? The only thing is to now target our invention towards a certain channel and work very hard towards that channel, and work very hard daily, repeated action towards a particular goal, because we are already inventing things. But don't scatter your invention here and there. Don't scatter your invention here and there. Ladies and gentlemen, now go and start implementing this principle. These are just the principle to become inventor. These are just the principle to become inventor. Work hard, read, go and learn some skills. Get After you've gotten the idea, we've dealt with getting the idea in chapter 1, and then begin to appropriate this skill each day. Put an input to what you want to become. This is chapter 3, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. And I want to use this time to tell you that I have got a new job. This job is all about, this job is all about agent for traveling. You want to travel to Canada, Canada, USA, UK, and Germany. That is the work that I am doing. I work with this legitimate country, Edu Trust Consult. Edu Trust Consult. Please consult us if you want to travel. If you want to do all this international exam, if you need advice, all those kind of things, please consult us on any of this channel. If you want to do lesson on all this international exam like GMAT, TOEFL, GRE, IELTS, all those kind of exams that have to do with A level and international exam, further maths, you can consult me. I am an agent now. That is my new job. Please do well to patronize me and help to share this video. Share. Let's raise the next generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates together. The name of my channel is Wisdom of God for African Transformation. Thanks for as you subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe so that you'll be getting other videos. God bless you.